So I'm the mainly digger, and this video is kind of confusing because it's pretty much just an adventure of the Kennedy Estates. Um, I first started off, and I'll put it at the end of the video with the looking for the rock quarry. Kind of found it, kind of didn't, but watch that. And then I went looking for the dam on the Kennedy Estates, which I didn't find. And I came up with an alternative theory, which turned into me drawing and having this great idea. Probably not what it actually is. It's probably the exact opposite, and I just haven't found the dam at all. But what I did find, a surface find, is this cool bottle. I don't know how old it is. I don't know if you can see the engraving on it. Not the engraving, but the design on it. It has this awesome lid. I don't know how old it is. It was a cool find. And then at the end of the video, where I found this while I was looking for the at the rock quarry and rock formations. It was just sitting on top of the stones. It's just lead. It's probably a bullet that was shot at the wall or at the rock. I don't know. Interesting video. Had a great time. Watch my video. A lot of exploring. Mainly to go.
So this is the actual head of the mill race, where it splits off, and this is the creek. What I thought was the head was not. This is the actual head of the mill race and the start of the island. So this is a mill race without a doubt. So at some point there needed to be a dam to clog or divert water into the mill race, or slow water down, or something. There's something. So there's got to be a structure around here to facilitate that. What I'm seeing is this is odd to me. So the flow of water is going that way, and the flow of water is going that way down the actual creek. But this little thing, this anomaly, big word, the water is going that way. That's just odd. I don't know if it's anything at all, but we'll see. This place is horrible for metal detecting. There's so much metal. Like my detector, my Ace 150 just goes off on everything. Like it just throws up every, everything from pull tab to coin to it just goes off. But I found this awesome bottle. I don't know how old it is. It's a nice little surface find. That's pretty cool. So I literally found no sign of a dam. It's pretty thick, but like I went all around this island. It's a huge island. It's pretty cool back in there. But I'm back on the other side near the soccer field. I found steps. The property owner, I didn't find them. The property owner showed them to me. There's steps. Don't know where to go. Don't know why they were put there. But those are definitely concrete blocks. Kind of cool. Also, I don't know if you can see it. There's piles of rocks. Random rocks. Probably from when this was an actual farmer's field and they wanted to get all the rocks out. But there's piles of rocks all over. That's kind of cool.
So this is what I was thinking. I didn't find any man-made objects, which that doesn't mean that there's not there, or not man-made objects, man-made buildings, structures. I didn't find any blocks. I didn't find anything like that, which it doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that it's either covered up by anything, just covered up. But I was thinking it reminds me of like a flow chart, or not kind of like a flow chart for water. Obviously, the creek is water, but it also reminds me of this thing I saw on Facebook, which had like 15 cups or a couple of cups, and which it asked which cup would fill up first, and there's the chart, and it kind of reminded me of that. So this is what I was thinking. So this is the creek,
This is the island. This is the little island just off the creek. This is the head of the mill race right here. Well, actually, this would be the head of the mill race. But this is where I was yesterday. This is the field part of the Kennedy Estates, and this is the soccer field part of the Kennedy Estates. So this is the main part of the creek here, and this is a lot shallower, and the water moves faster on this side, going in and around up into the creek. Where this is the mill race, and this is, you know, this part was a little wider. I don't know why I added that, but if you go here, this is what I would call a choke point, and that'd be an amazing point to control the flow of water in and out. So my thought process is this side was much deeper, but the flow of water was a lot slower. And this is where I can't explain this, but the water would flow this way, but it was also flowing back around here. And there's also, this could be, so there's three choke points. So you're controlling the move of water into one spot and the flow of water going into the mill creek. Maybe they controlled it naturally, maybe they didn't, maybe I'm just overthinking this a little too much, and everything's buried, or all the man-made structures are buried. So if I were to go back and search the mill creek or the mill race again, I would look at this point right here, this choke point. Just a theory, I don't know, I'm not an engineer. I just like to think.
So I'm on the boundaries of the soccer field looking for a possible quarry or a quarry site. We'll see how this goes. I may just make this, just add it into another video. I'm not going to make a whole video about this, but we'll see.
So I'm not finding any like visible signs of quarried rock, but all of this is, it's uphill. This is rock, see, that is rock, but I'm not seeing the scarring of someone work. Of course it's all overgrown because it was over 100 years ago, so that is another thing. But what I was worried about is this was just a hill that has been built up because there's housing on the other side up the hill. So I will continue looking. So we're back by the barn on the Kennedy Estates. This is the only rock ledge that is actually visible. I'm not finding any tooling marks, but this, if you can see, if you go up the hill is the housing projects, and then if you go down over the hill is where the beginning and the parking lot for the soccer field is, where I just was. But yeah, I'm not finding signs of tooling. I wish I knew more about quarrying or getting rocks out than I do. But I know that they cut rocks like this. Kind of like when they do cut rocks, it kind of looks like that, but there's no tooling. So I have no idea. Just a cool theory I had, I don't know. So while I was looking for tooling marks and not having any type of metal detector on me, I found a piece of lead just sitting here, just a surface phone. So I went back to my car, and it is definitely lead. It is not magnetic, and it is metal. So that'd be cool if it was a coin. I can't see any marks on it, but that is pretty cool.